What's up, everybody? Thought I'd make a quick video. Hadn't made one in a while. Show y'all what I'm seeing, what I'm watching. I'm on symbolic.com. There you go. I don't get paid for, you know, recommending this website, but I use it a lot. So on the futures, Bitcoin looks like increased a little bit on the exposure from the commercials. Most likely the hedge funds, or at least the brokers, are seem to be buying slowly from last week. That's probably why you saw the price go up this week a little bit. That'd be my guess, but I don't look at cocoa much. It pretty much topped quite a while ago, but yeah, since back in April 21st, I guess, was somewhere around there. Mid-April was the top, I guess. Crude oil, you're still in the buy zone, but you've definitely topped out, rolling over. I'd expect it to go down another 4 or 5 weeks. Copper, let's see, is it? Let's look at cotton. Cotton looks like it's bottomed out. Actually, it started up this week. Looks pretty strong, actually. Might want to think about buying some cotton. That's a really good setup. The dollar index, it's still in the buy zone, but it's coming down. I would anticipate it to come down another 5-6 weeks. Let's see, the gold futures, they're in the sell zone for sure. You see, this is week number 1 of the sell, minus 3.5% almost. I'm in a gold short ETF, GLL, bets against gold. I'm up, I don't know, 7-8% this week on it. Seems to be working pretty good. Here it is, right here's the GLL. Let's see what it do for the week. Yeah, 7.33% for the week. Let's see, high grade copper. That's a good indication of what the economy's doing. It could be topping out. Definitely in the sell zone. The commercial money is completely out. So this rally is led by hedge funds and the public buying in late, most likely, late to the party. So that would make a good short. It could still run up to a 13 count. So what was that, another 6 weeks? So I'd definitely wait for a trend reversal. Draw a trend line under here. If you break that to the downside, I'd short it if you could. Just Google ETFs, inverse ETFs, if you want to find something how to bet against copper. I'm not sure. I know that COPX, I think, is the copper miners ETF. You'd want to buy that if it was going up, but I'm not sure how to bet against copper. I'm sure there's an inverse ETF on it, but let's see, heating oil. I think that's heating oil, HO. It was in the buy zone. You're on a -7, coming down. I would anticipate it to bounce off that 2.37, 38 zone right here, maybe in the next 2 weeks. It's not perfect yet. I'd wait for a trend reversal on a weekly setup. Let's see. What about coffee? Let's see, coffee. Here it is. ICOP shares, copper and metals. What is this? Metals, mining. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let's look at coffee. Coffee's in the sell zone. It's trailing up, but you got a negative count on it so far. So could be bouncing, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that could go on up to a 13. Might go back up here to this 250. That's not a good setup, though. I'd probably leave coffee alone. But live cattle, they're definitely rallying. You were in the buy zone. Now you're back out. Now they're selling. As of last week, they were taking profits. So, I mean, this could still go back up and retest the highs. Might go to this 187.20 if it continues to the upside for the 4 or 5 weeks maybe. You can see it hit this 9 count right here. This was the week of February 25th, and that was the top pretty much. It made a little bit of a higher high right here, but slowly started rolling over. You can see the big money was all in right here, and they slowly started selling as it reached, into your probably past week 3. They started selling pretty heavy from week 4 to 9. So they were probably pretty much all out by week 9, which they usually are. And then the public and the hedge fund money is usually late to the party. And that's when you get this little sideways move probably. They're all buying, hoping it keeps going up. And then it usually dumps on them and they steal their money. That's the way the game works most of the time. But the public does get it right. The small investor does get it right more often than not on live cattle. A small speculator is what my mentor said. But natural gas, it was in the buy zone. You see the rally right here. That's set up for a buy. Now they're selling the whole way up here. They're slowly getting out of that position. They call that the widow maker on natural gas. Yeah, I definitely would not buy that because it pulled back pretty hard on Friday, and you're below your will stop indicator. So I would definitely not buy nat gas right now. I'd wait for it to pull back, maybe down to that 2.38. 2.39 zone. I mean, you could get, 7 or 8 days of down action. If you get it bouncing off of this cloud, and it might bounce right in here, 2.63. My guess is it's going to come down and retest the cloud. I mean, it's pretty strong, so I don't know. You might get that 2.63. Like I say, I'm not very experienced on natural gas, commodities in general. I've only been trading commodities since October of last year, so I don't feel comfortable enough to bet on a continuous basis on it. But sugar, it's in the buy zone. It's definitely in the buy zone. They're getting ready for summer barbecues and cookouts, I guess. It could come down another 2 weeks, but looks like it bounced 1.54 right off of this zone right here, the 18-16 zone. Probably be where I'd try to buy it. Looks like that's holding as pretty good support if you were going to play sugar. Let's see, silver is definitely in the sell zone. If you look here, it's hit the 9, pulled back, tried to rally. I don't think I'd be buying it at these prices, not without commercial participation. Let's see, what else we got? Let's see what the Dow Jones futures, they're in the sell zone. They've been in the sell zone most of the year, actually. This whole rally is probably led by Federal Reserve pumping it up, small speculator, the hedge funds. Your commercial money's, that's your smart money, and they're out. They're not playing this game. They're probably in bonds. Yeah, they're not actually. They're selling bonds also, but that's due for a rally. But without commercial, I'm not putting my money in it. Corn was definitely in the buy zone for majority of 6 months. You finally got your little bit of a rally. Sold off. Now you're rallying back up. That's decent. That's a decent buy point. You go to a daily, see what it's at, where it's at. It's on day 3. Yeah, I don't know where I'd try to buy it. You're below your will stop. I don't like that, but I'd probably try to buy it around this 463.2. Somewhere in there, maybe. You could possibly get this 458.6, but let's look at soybeans. Soybeans are holding strong. They're definitely in the buy zone. Soybean meal, probably same way. It's on a 7 count. That's late to the party. They're selling off already. They're taking profits on the commercial money. So I'd watch out on soybean meal, but it could go higher, but just know you're getting, the next 2 weeks could be a short-term top. Let's look at just straight soybeans. Yeah, they've started selling. I mean, it's week 4. Like I say, it could keep going. I think you might even get this bottom of the cloud, 1326, maybe 1297 zone, right in here. That'd be my guess. Wheat. Let's look at wheat. It never actually got in the buy zone. It touched it just a little bit. It actually hit 72.4. It needs to get above 74 for the buy, like over here. That's what ideally you want to see that, but I mean, it's going up. For now, it's above a weekly wheel stop. So I mean, I would anticipate it might get this 768 to 730 zone, somewhere in there. You hit your 9, pull back, went to a 5. That's kind of a bull flag going sideways right here. Could easily pull back to that 688 if you wanted to dip by it for 3 or 4 day move. You're kind of late to the party. You've been better off buying this 1 bar right here. If you'd have bought back on May 20, you'd be up a little bit. But now your risk versus reward isn't quite as good as it was down here, but obviously. But I mean, it is still above your daily wheel stop of 682. So any close below that, that's your sell signal. You don't want to get out. But as far as Bitcoin goes, I mean, that's, it's above the wheel stop, 64,890. That's strong. Looks to me like a weekly bull flag. Even on the futures, you can see this would be the flagpole. This is your flag right here. If you put a trend line on this, it's actually broken this down trending part right here. So that's pretty bullish. And now you're above your weekly wheel stop of 694, 475. That's pretty strong. So I wouldn't bet against it. TRX long. Okay, I'm already in TRX. Let's hope it goes up. Let's see where we at here on Bitcoin weekly. You can see your flag pattern right here. Looks pretty good. Let's see if I go to the what is that one? Portfolio maybe? Is that on Binance? It had it on. You could draw a parallel channel on this pretty easy. Not a big deal, but I think I'd probably put it right there actually, and drop that down to there maybe. I don't know. As you can tell, it's definitely broken outside of this flag for the last 2 weeks. That's pretty strong. I'd put at least a 4-week moving average on it, this yellow line. As long as its price action's above that, you're in a uptrend for the most part. That's an easy way to tell, but I mean, you can see if prices are lower than they were the last week. That's pretty obvious. But I mean, they've been going up for 2 weeks in a row, slowly. But thinking with the Ethereum ETF getting passed this week, we might see in the next week or two, maybe might see some big movement out of Ethereum. I'm hoping, but it's broken outside the weekly downtrend. As long as this closes anywhere above this yellow 4-week moving average, and your downtrend line, it's pretty solid. And it could retest it next week, but my guess is you're going probably past all-time highs, possibly next week. There's some speculation Ethereum could go to 6,000 pretty quick. And put a Fibonacci on it. Let's see how they're getting that. You can go. Let's put the settings. Give me a 3 and a 2. Yep, there's 6,000 right there. 6,098. That's what they're guesstimating. I don't know how long it'll take it to do it. It may take it to the end of November to get there, but could be in the next 7 or 8 weeks. It could hit that. It's a decent play. I mean, that's a double on your money pretty much, but if you're trying to become a millionaire on this cycle, I think you gotta, play a little higher risk items. I think the meme coins are one way that you could invest, $300, maybe $500. It could turn into over $1 million, especially if they're anywhere around 100 million or less market cap. I bought some of this one yesterday, Drift. I didn't buy it on that exchange, but let's see, where did I get it? Yeah, I'm underwater a little bit on that today, but I actually hit my stop loss, but that didn't work. I was hoping coming off this 4 hour was going to get the rally. It went up for 4 hours and then dumped out on me. So I don't know. But I got to keep a close eye on that one today, because that's definitely not. I need to add that off my other exchange if I can. This is the one I'm using right there. All right, so let's take this out. Watch this one. Yeah, it's still pretty weak. Let's see, go 1, 2, 3 right there. I mean, you're on a decent uptrend, kind of flag pattern right here. It's not bad. It's still, you're kind of late to the party on a 6. I'd rather wait, let it 9 out or break out. If it breaks out past this all-time high right here, or not all-time, but if it breaks this 69 zone, 69 cents, if it gets above that, that'd be a decent retest buy zone. Those seem like the easiest plays for me. My mentor, Larry Williams, said the Jesse Livermore, that was his favorite trade, was to wait on something to break to break past an all-time or a short-term high, and then buy the retest. That was his favorite. I mean, according to Larry, he Jesse Livermore is the most successful trader ever. Now he did go bankrupt. I think he lost. I think he went broke at least 2 or 3 times. He finally put $1 million in a trust, I think, for his family. So maybe he finally won at the end. I don't know. I think he committed suicide, so maybe not. So anyway, so this is my portfolio. Brett's doing good today. It looks really good, 25% for today. Well above my entry. I need to update my stop losses. Yeah, maybe not, It's kind of hard to gauge it sometimes. If you're going to be in something long term, what I've started looking at is just put a 4 simple moving average on a 4 count. Put it on your settings. Go to your inputs, change it to a 4. I think default is a 9. And then put that on a weekly chart. And as long as your price action's above that yellow line, I think you're good. I mean, it's decent at least, That's my theory. It may not be perfect. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I try to do. Anymore, especially if you're going to hold it multiple weeks, I think that keeps you from making a short-term decision on a long-term trade. That's one of my weaknesses is, I'm basing my trades off of a weekly setup. So you really don't want to go to a daily, I don't think, for an exit. But, my mentor says you do. But so, it's hard to go against a man with 61 years experience. But he's trading futures and commodities. So, and he has access to this will stop indicator. So what he would say is go to a daily, put this will stop on, and if your price action closes below the will stop, get out. If it went below 64,890, you'd have to cut it. You'd have to sell it. You'd have to get out. So, but I don't have the access to that on TradingView.com. So the closest I've found to it is an 18-day moving average, simple moving average, I think. So you could use that on a daily, which is pretty close to a 4-week moving average. Also, if you pull it up exactly, let's see, your 18 is 0.04280. If you switch that to a weekly and you go off the yellow line, it's 0.04568. So it's not exact, but it's pretty close. It's the closest that I can come up with. Now, if it's a really bad week and you're, early, say it's a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, middle of the week, and you're already below this, yeah, that's up to you if you want to ride it out till Sunday on crypto. So, you can lose a lot of money in 3 or 4 days waiting on Sunday to come around and make sure it confirms. But I would say a 2-day close below the 18 moving average, I'd cut it. Most time I cut it on the first day. If it closes below it, I just sell it. You can always buy it back. That's my theory. Yeah, you may have to pay a higher price unless you got a super entry back here in October or something, but on most cases, you're not going to have that for most people, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, trying to time the tops and bottoms, swing trading it. It's not easy. It's not perfect. There's no perfect system out there that I know of, but I do know next time I get $1,000 win on a leverage trade in a day, I'm taking that profit. I gave one up on VRA Veracity this week. I think it was this week or last week. Yeah, this week. Can't remember exactly where I bought in. Somewhere in here, it rallied, shot up. I don't know what, 12, 14% on 3x leverage. I was up over $1,100 at one point. Didn't take the profit. I thought I was going to keep going, hit my target. I was going to take profit up here. And it didn't work. Rolled over, gave every penny of it back. I bought it around 50.20, I think was where I bought it, right here, right in here, around this price zone. But it just didn't work. Lesson learned. That's just the nature of the game, nature of the beast, I guess. But so next time I get $1,000 made, but it's set up weekly really good. Off this 9 count, set up pretty good. No guarantee it's going to go on up next week. Could pull back next week. Just depends on what Bitcoin does, and Ethereum. We need Ethereum to take off, ideally. Let's see. I don't have total 3 on here, but let's see. Total 3. Let me add that to the list right quick. Total 3. You got a weekly breakout on total 3. That's all of your small. Everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, market cap wise. So that's a pretty strong altcoin season signal. So I definitely keep an eye on that. I'm pretty much all in. You can see my portfolio, 2024. These are all the ones I'm in. That's gold short. May even short gold on my futures account on Monday. If we get any kind of bounce, I'm going to bet against it. But MicroStrategy, I'm in NVIDIA, Neuralink. I'm in some of these high risk. I just got a couple $100 in those. Just shooting for the moon on some of these Solana meme coins. But let's see. Pyre it's close to the 4. Still holding. Nearly everything's render's kind of weak. I'll probably go ahead and hold it. I think, it may go sideways a little ways and blow out probably. It should take off, but some of these other ones, Shrapnel, I was a little early on this one. I should have waited for the 9 count actually, but too late now. I'm already in it, so let's just hope it goes up. This one, Citus, I got in it too early, jumped the gun. I thought everything was going, but I may be a little early. Sui, it's on a 7, coming down. Ooh, going sideways. Dang, I woke up too early. I need another cup of coffee. I should have slept in this morning. Super. You hit an 8. You rallied on your 9 bar. It's turning into a 1. I don't like trading those. I'd rather this hit a 9, complete the 9, and then blow out. But I rebought it the other day, if nothing else, for a 4-hour trade. For now, I'm in the money. I bought it right around this 98.13. Almost timed it perfectly right here. I don't know how I did that. Must have got lucky or something, but I probably threw a Fibonacci off of it, maybe Ichimoku. I think that's when I did an Ichimoku. Yep, that's the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud exactly, almost. That's how I got my bid price on a 4-hour chart. Worked really good on this one. Worked perfect almost, but Ton looks pretty good. Let's see, daily, weekly. Made some money on it. It pulled back on me. It's bouncing off this Ichimoku base red line. Hopefully that's the most of the pullback. Should continue to the upside. It broke the weekly down flag, also trend line right here. It's on week 4 of an uptrend, so that's relatively pretty strong. Tooker's done pretty good. It needs to get above this 4-week. I'd sleep a lot better. I don't have a lot of money in it, a couple $100 maybe. Most of these meme coins, I'm not gonna go all in on them. I've got 400 or 500, I think, in Trimp and Trump. They've done fairly well. They've made pretty good money on those, but haven't quite doubled my money yet. But TRX, that's a leverage trade. I'm underwater today a little bit on it. Thought it was gonna work. Rebought in VRA. Not exactly sure where I bought that. I need to mark where I bought it on that one. Waxel, underwater on it. Put 1,700 in it. Yeah, right around $1. Thought that was going to take off for some reason. I don't know. It must have looked good on a 4-hour or something. But this YAI, I cannot get this thing to take off. I'm way underwater on it. I don't know where my second entry is on this thing. Drift, like I say, I bought in on it yesterday. I think I'm okay on it. Let me add that other drift so I can tell where my entry is on it. No, I'm underwater on it too. Yep, it went down. Bar 6 going up. It's in a flag pattern. It should continue to the upside, but momentum, it's too new. You can't get very many. Now it is getting close to a bottom on a 4-day Williams percent R, so I would anticipate a bounce in the next day or two on drift. May not even be able to pull it on this one. Yeah, you can kind of get that, but that's about all I got. Everything else is in this AOS. I'm in it weekly. Looks pretty strong. It's well above your 4-week, so I wouldn't worry about it a whole lot. Let me take some of these off so I can just get a quick view of. So I'm using the 9 simple moving average for an entry on a daily. You throw your 9 on, simple moving average. If I turn it on, it's green for me. So when your price action gets above that on a daily, you can go back and see when your price got above it. Recent right here on May 3rd, that was a pretty good buy signal. Closed above it right here. Let's see again. It dipped. Never really got below it. Closed below it right here. It never. I think it was right at the low price, but you went above both of them right here on May 20th. Finished out. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. So just keep an eye on your portfolio and try to manage it best you can. Is all you can do. I'm hoping this goes up till 1st of July, maybe July 1st or 2nd. Might hold out till July 4th, and then we're showing a little pullback on the seasonality time frame. So I just keep an eye on that. Other than that, that's all I got. So we'll cut it short and sweet and catch y'all on the next one. Hey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, I got my website up and running, cryptocrazycowboy.com. If you want to go to this, check it out. I got some free videos, free trading education here if you want to check that out. At the very bottom, you can scroll down, see some of my winning trades. Here's my course that I'm making available to the public. I got it on sale, 90% off until May 31st, at least May 31st. I call it my multi-week swing trading strategy education. Was $5,000, now it's only $500. So I mean that's a heck of a deal, and you also get the free 1 hour day trading strategy along with it. So just keep that in mind. If you want to learn exactly how my strategy works, everything I do, what I use, this is what I did. Did 79% growth with this strategy. Started in October or September 11th through pretty much through December, 1st of December. Strategy made over $39,000 with a $50,000 investment. It's not bad. I mean, I wish I could do that every single week or every quarter, but so I call it my bread and butter strategy. But so just keep that in mind. Check it out if you want to. I think it's well worth the money. I mean, most people are going to charge $3,000 to $5,000 for that kind of education. I don't mind. I don't have the $1 million success story that like Timothy Sykes or Gareth Soloway has, but I do have 12 years of experience, 12 years of School of Hard Knocks. Anyway, it's finally starting to come together. I'm starting to make some consistent money with it. Got a couple of decent strategies out of it, and so anyway, that's all I got. Catch y'all later.